If you are looking to use the MTF margin trading facility and take positions in ETFs, how can you do it? MTF is often used to take leveraged positions which are not intraday and held for a longer time, and you can also use it to hold ETFs. So if you have a swing trading idea or directional view of the market where you think you want to hold a certain leveraged position for a few days or a few weeks or even longer, MTF is probably a good way of doing it. So today we will understand MTF plus ETFs, how to buy ETFs with this MTF feature. So I'm on my Dhan account over here. I've opened a Dhan account where I am taking my MTF trades, and I am inside the watch list right now, and this first watch list is empty, and I can now figure how to buy ETFs over here. So if I'm buying an ETF, it could be say a Nifty ETF tracking the Nifty 50, or it could be a Bank Nifty ETF. And there are several ETFs around. The Nifty ETF we can look at is NIFTYBEES, and then there is a similarly BANKBEES, which is the Bank Nifty ETF. And to add them, before we go for MTF trade on them, we can search for them over here. So I will search for BANKBEES and write ETF next to it as well, just to be sure. So I get the BANKB ETF right here. It's available on both NSE and BSE. So that's done, and I will probably also take NIFTYBEES. So I will search for NIFTYBEES ETF as well and just add that to my watch list as well by using this plus button. Once done, I'll press the cross button again, and over here I have NIFTYBEES and BANKBEES right here. So now this is something I can hold as a regular equity on my account and also take a leveraged position using margin trading facility, and this gives me exposure at an index level. You can also do intraday trading in these instruments. That's also possible. Over here we are learning how to buy these ETFs and hold them for a longer period, be it with MTF or not. You can do it either way. So I'll select NIFTYBEES over here, and you can see over here pretty simply this is the chart and it's tracking whatever the Nifty has been doing. So if I go to a 1 year chart, you can see it will track the Nifty 50 over here. To buy it, I have the buy button over here, and there are three options that I have. So I have a trading option, which will be intraday. There is MTF and investing if I want to pay the full margin or full amount and hold it for longer. So let's select MTF over here, and within MTF now, this is a 260 rupee price point over here, and I have the quantity option over here, and I can just select the quantity I want to buy. So let's say 10 over here. So my trade value becomes roughly 2,600 rupees, but you will see I only need to pay 650 over here because I have a 4x leverage over here on this instrument. So I will only pay 650 rupees but take a position worth 2,600 rupees. So suppose if I wanted to go for say 1,000 quantity over here, again you will see I need to pay 65,000 rupees instead of 2,60,000 rupees. So for our test trade over here, I will set this to 5. I will keep the price at market. What this means is that the price which you are buying this at is basically whatever the market is running. If you want to say aim for 259 or lower, you can enter a price manually over here when you are buying to wait for the market to reach that point today. And in that case, you will have to select the limit option. So for now, I am just going ahead and buying Nifty quantity 5, NIFTYBEES, and clicking instant buy. And this is now a MTF trade. But there is one very important thing you need to know about MTF. In fact, there are several things. First up, you will be paying interest on the amount of margin which you are taking. So if I am paying 25% of the amount, on the remaining 75%, I will pay a margin. This margin is roughly 43.8 rupees per day for every 1 lakh rupee that you borrow. This, if you are wondering, is 0.0438 as per day interest on the borrowed amount. And if you buy this today and sell tomorrow, you are paying 1 night's interest or 1 day's interest. And I have a lot of videos on how this interest is computed and what you need to keep in mind. So the first thing is interest. The second most important thing when buying ETFs using MTF on Dhan is that there will be a pledge request which needs to be approved before 9 p.m. So you need to enter an OTP and approve a pledge request before 9 p.m. So after the trading day ends, sometime after 5 p.m, I think a notification will show up, or you can just come to your positions tab right here where we are within the orders tab. Let me just go back to my orders. So you can come back to your orders or positions, and you have to enter an OTP to allow this pledge. Otherwise this position will get converted to a cash position and amount will be debited from your account, or your account balance will go to negative, which you definitely want to avoid. Now this is how you get a leveraged position on an ETF using MTF. You could also just buy it straight up if you want to put the full margin up front. Now if I go back to my watch list over here, on my watch list you can see BANKNIFTY is also here. If I want to buy BANKNIFTY, it's this similar process. I can see the price for BANKNIFTY and then there is the buy button, and the process would be the same as we did for NIFTYBEES. To track your MTF holdings specifically, there is a specific section. So let's go to our portfolio tab below by clicking it. Within the portfolio tab, I have come to stocks, and within stocks, I have selected MTF. So when I select MTF, all of my MTF positions show up over here. So after this quantity which I have purchased today hits my demat account tomorrow, it will start showing up here. If I sell this position today itself, so if I go back to positions tab, which is up here, within positions, I have an option to exit this position today as well. In which case, if you see this exit position, if I just exit it today itself, it will not be MTF trade. No interest will have to be paid because we exited the position today as well, today itself. So it becomes any other intraday trade that you could have taken, it would become something like that. And after you have a MTF position on your books, so let me go back to my current holdings. Within my holdings, you can see I have a test transaction which I had done by purchasing a particular stock, and I have a small quantity just to show you how this feature works. If I click on this within my holdings, again I'm inside MTF, you will notice that holdings via MTF, the quantity is confirmed here, and I have an option to convert this to delivery as well. So it's not always necessary that you have to exit it. You can pay the difference margin and anytime in the future convert it to delivery. You may be wondering how long can you hold these positions. So if you have bought something, say a ETF by using the MTF feature, there is currently no limit on how long you can hold it. But suppose your margin coverage is 25%. So suppose I have paid 25 rupees and I have taken a margin for 75 rupees. Now if the price of this stock starts to go down and my coverage falls below 20% mark, in which case the shares will be liquidated to avoid risk on the MTF provider, in this case Dhan's end. So that is one term that you need to know. MTF on Dhan as a feature is available for over 1,000 plus scripts. So there's a good chance if you want to get exposure to a particular script and you want to do swing trading or something, MTF may be available. I have videos on frequently asked questions about MTF, how to set up stop loss on MTF trades, and a lot of these things. So do make full use of that. And if you have any comments about how MTF works or how ETF buying works, I'm happy to try and make videos for it. So do ask your questions in comments.